Now, the Federation of International Football Association, FIFA, will of course be announcing and doing the World Cup draw tomorrow. It will be taking place in Washington, D.C. You can catch it live on SABC 3 at 6 p.m. We will be bringing you that draw live. We know that South Africa's head coach, Hugo Broos, will also be there. Now, joining me to unpack what the expectations are at this draw and also speak to AFCON 2025 in terms of what the expectations are, particularly from a South African point of view, and talk other things football. We are joined by a technical football mind, one of the best in South Africa, as the former technical director of the South African Football Association, former head of scouts at Mamelodi Sundowns, as well as Kaizer Chiefs. It does not get better than Dr. Walter Steenbok when it comes to a football brain. Dr. Steenbok, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Good morning, V, and also to your viewers. It's good to be here for the first time.
Let's talk first up about that FIFA World Cup draw, which will be taking place tomorrow in Washington, D.C., because it's a 48-nation tournament that we are expecting this time around. So one can only expect, number one, we're going to have a lot of groups, and that process of just the tournament itself is going to be quite lengthy.
Yeah, I think we need to give compliments a lot to the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, for this global spectacle. You know, we have seen it now with the Under-17 FIFA World Cup in Qatar, where you had 48 teams, you know. So it's very, very good. It gives the minnows an opportunity. But again, it becomes more global, you know, in the sense that 10 teams, for example, from Africa, has an opportunity to be at this spectacle. And it really becomes very, very broad, you know, and you are guaranteed at least 3 matches at the World Cup.
And we love being guaranteed at least 3 matches at the bare minimum at the World Cup. But let's talk to the pot that South Africa is in. We know that we're in pot 3. What does this really mean for us when we look at those different pots? Is it just trying to avoid the top nations?
Look, the fact that we were in the top 10, you know, I think the result against Lesotho really set us back a little bit. It now takes you out of the top 10. It means then you then get to be in pot number 3. Because Morocco, by virtue of their ranking, they're in pot 2. So you've got 4 pots. It's important that you have to try to win a game against a team which is in pot 4. But pot 1 and pot 2, those will be the big boys who are in there. Croatia, France, Brazil will be in pot 1. Like I said, in pot 2, you then find the teams also who are in a better ranking position.
You look at pot 1, the likes of the USA, Spain, Netherlands, Portugal, just to name a few. I want to shift the conversation now because AFCON 2025 is upon us. Just a couple of days to go. I think we are 17 days away, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be a big tournament. From a South African point of view, when you look at that group, Angola, you look at Egypt, you look at our neighbor Zimbabwe, what do you make of that and what do you make of the squad we have?
I think the expectation will be very, very big from the South African public and also from the South African Football Association after having done well, you know, in the last edition in the Ivory Coast. And also, if you check the form that the team has been in, you know, it has been very scintillating, you know, and the fact that we've got Zimbabwe in our group, they're our neighbors, you know, we managed to play against them now in the qualifiers. The second match was a draw. We have Egypt, you know, who are our perennial rivals all the time. And our games against Angola are always difficult. But it's a group where we are expected either to win it or to at least finish second so that we can get into the next stage.
And Dr. Steenbok, the development of football is something that's always been very close to your heart. I mean, we look at the various roles you've had in different organizations. Let's speak to the work that you're currently doing now. You are having talent identification workshops around the country. Speak to me about what this has been looking like for you and how you think it's going to aid us from a South African point of view in terms of where we want to be in football.
Look, immediately after finishing my PhD, with the University of Johannesburg, where I focused solely on talent identification and development. I felt it's important for us to be able to train at least 600 scouts across South Africa. So together with my team, we embarked on a journey where we went to all provinces, you know, where we had at least 10 of these kind of national talent ID workshops where I'm just preaching and trying to bring a lot of opportunities to what I call graduates, who are unemployed youth, scouts and coaches, just to introduce them to the concept and to a career around talent ID. So that's the work that we have done. We have gone all the provinces. Now, we are moving now next week on Monday onto a very advanced one, and good news is that we also have 4 scouts also who are coming from Tanzania also, and also Kenya. But again, this is my main contribution into an area which is very special to me, which is talent identification.
We absolutely love the work you're doing, Dr. Walter Steenbok. We saw what you did at the South African Football Association. It's all the work that you have done. We are reaping the rewards now, I think, as a country. When you look at the under-17s, you look at the under-20s, you look at Bafana. So thank you for the work that you do, and good luck with the rest.
Thanks a lot, V.
All right, that is Dr. Walter Steenbok. He is, of course, as well a SABC sport analyst who just brings the best football technical understanding when it comes to the game.